Small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me?
Time to get paid. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hey everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. So we always have lots of people talking about emotional regulation, emotional regulation. Let's talk a little bit about that. One thing we know is that narcissistic people cannot emotionally regulate. And one of the biggest problems, and I'd say the biggest issues in narcissistic relationships, originate from the fact that narcissistic people are so dysregulated. They either scream and yell if they don't get their way, or they give you the silent treatment. And long story short, that is how we end up with the eggshell walking, the balancing on a razor that characterizes just about every antagonistic or narcissistic relationship. If you have been in a narcissistic relationship for long enough, or you grew up with a narcissistic parent, you never really got healthy models of regulation. And as a result, raging, screaming anger can become normalized, or any form of anger can become terrifying. Alternately, your fears of abandonment may have been stoked by a parent who expressed their anger through withholding or withdrawal anytime the parent didn't get their way. So from a very early age, you became masterful at completely and utterly catering to the needs of other people. So that may leave you wondering, if all I've ever seen, or most of what I see, is dysregulation or unhealthy regulation, what exactly does healthy regulation look like? Now, if you've never really been in a relationship where that is happening, or you even struggle with it yourself, that may be a big question. By and large, most survivors of narcissistic and antagonistic relationships overregulate. You keep it all bottled up, right? And that definitely is going to take a toll on your physical and your mental health. It's not a bad strategy, right? There's no point in speaking out in the relationship, so the overregulation may be the only way to stay safe. And in fact, speaking out may even make things worse. So maybe for a lifetime, you learn to push it all down and even find that you're not even able to cry or let out emotion in any way. And you may feel quite distanced from how you feel or even what you're allowed to feel. But that, again, begs the question of what this video is about. What exactly then qualifies as healthy regulation? Here are some thoughts on that. In a person who is healthily regulated, you actually express the emotion appropriately. You give yourself permission to identify the emotion and to respond to it. Maybe you'll cry if you're sad. Take a break and maybe some time to work to yourself, to work through some anger. Laughing when you're happy and you're able to articulate the emotion. I feel really angry right now. And then articulate what you need, like, I just need a minute to sit with this. Though, gotta keep this in mind. Just because you regulate and express emotion, it doesn't mean that the other person you're with will either hear it right or cooperate. But whether you do it alone or with someone else or in a place where you can share it, you name it, you express it, you feel it, you process it. Not any way you want, that's what I mean by the sort of appropriate, but you express it, you feel it. The second way is you recognize that your emotion is yours and it may not necessarily be someone else's. Healthy regulation means owning your emotion as your emotion. Sort of this idea of, I feel this, but I recognize that someone...
Can I just simplify? Be what you're seeking. Owning your emotions as your own. Be what you're seeking. You're going to always be dysregulated when your answer is coming from outside of you. Be what you're seeking. We live in such a greedy society. Everybody wants to receive something from the other in order to feel okay. Be what you're looking for in another. Listen, Sri Yukteswar, the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. Ordinary love is selfish, darkly rooted in desires and satisfactions. Sounds like maladaptive attachment styles. Okay, divine love is without condition, without boundary, without change. The flux of the human heart is gone forever at the transfixing touch of pure love. This is some guru who sat in a cave who experienced it for real. We don't know how to experience it because Romney said it. We didn't model it in childhood. We didn't model divine love, unconditional love. We had broken parents as the potter. And they had cheap clay when they molded us. They had the cheapest clay you can buy. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm simply telling you what we've done is created a labyrinth of ideas and constructs to maneuver toxicity while protecting our own toxic wounds. Yes, the unhealed wound in your spirit is a form of toxicity. I got to find the right one to be able to deal with how I'm set up. Be what you want. I don't know how to do. Of course you don't. Human conduct is ever unreliable until man is anchored in the divine. Everything in the future will improve if you are making a spiritual effort now. Most of us do not see relationships as spiritual. That's Sri Yukteswar, right? The guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. Who is Paramahansa Yogananda? He is the author of the world-renowned book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. The Autobiography of a Yogi. The only book that was on Steve Jobs' iPad. Sri Yukteswar, or Swami, said this: forget the past. The vanished lives of all men are dark with many shames. Human conduct is ever unreliable until anchored in the divine. Everything in the future will improve if you are making a spiritual effort now. Forget the past. That's your attachment style. You don't know how to forget the past because the past is who you are. So if you find somebody that's incompatible with your wounds, I'm sorry to say it, but that's who we're trying to find. Somebody that's compatible with the hurt in us. Oh my goodness. And if we don't find them, we're going to stonewall, we're going to gaslight, we're going to gray rock, whether they're narcissists or not, we're going to yellow rock. We're going to do all the rocking we need to do so we can do some rolling. All right. Let me get my brother back in here because Reverend L was on complete fire. Reverend, please give me your final thoughts, sir.
Final thought is just it's an ongoing process. It's not okay, I did this, and I'm done. It's an ongoing process because especially dealing with narcissistic people, gray rocking yourself, being able to identify. Being able to identify when you see a situation coming, if you're going to gray rock it or you're going to stonewall it. This is an all ongoing process because a lot of times these narcissistic people, they're the same person, but they're in a different body. So they come with more game, less game, and you feel like, okay, I defeated this situation, I'm good. And then you run into another situation where this person, their game might be a little more slick. It's the same situation, but you got to be prepared and be armored up and have that knowledge to be prepared to see what you're going to do if it takes a turn in that direction. What are you going to do? Mm-hmm. And most people don't know what they're going to do. They think they know what they're going to do until they're confronted with a situation, and then they go back to what they're comfortable and what they're normal with.
Mm-hmm. I love it, brother. I love it. Guess what you just did, bro? You were on complete fire the whole time. Guess what you just did?
Brought Dallas, Texas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The brother just gave me such a powerful revelation. Do you know what the narcissistic person, tendencies, the person with tendencies, do you know what they're attracted to? They are, in fact, attracted to the narcissist in you. Do you know who the narcissist in you is? It's your unhealed wound. Your unhealed wounds act like narcissists because those wounds need supply. They need acknowledgement. They need approval. Right? They need that. And they look for somebody that's going to kowtow to their demands. The wounds in your spirit that have not been worked on mirror the narcissist. This is why Ross Rosenberg said the self-love deficient person is attracted to the narcissist. They are, in fact, mirror opposites, images of each other. See, when you don't heal the wound locks you in a perpetual state of victimhood mentality. This happened to me, and this is why I'm the way I am. And until somebody can hear me, see me, or understand me, right? Then I won't be satisfied. But as the brother Reverend L just pointed out, you live your whole life gray rocking those wounds. The wounds are crying out to you, and you're giving them one word, monosyllabic answers. Do you see me? Yes. You know I'm here, right? Yes. Are we going to talk about what happened when we were younger? Eventually. We gray rocking ourselves. Very powerful analysis by that brother. Oh, I love that. I love that. Because, listen, it's easy to talk deep, but it's much harder to walk deep. See, a lot of people don't want to walk deep. They want to talk deep, but they do not want to walk deep. And I'm not talking about walking your partner into the deep end. Walk your damn self into the deep end. A lot of people don't want to walk themselves into the deep end. They want to watch other people go under, but they don't want to go under. Gray rocking techniques, monosyllabic responses. Use short one-word answers like yes, no, or maybe. Flat effect. Keep your tone of voice and facial expressions neutral, avoiding any emotional cues that might engage the narcissist or the wound. Listen. Minimal eye contact. Avoid sustained eye contact, which can be seen as a form of engagement or interest. When's the last time you looked at your wound? Compassionately, empathetically, lovingly. Oh, no, it's too much to think about. I can't bring that up. It's too much. Avoidance leads to conflict, right? Avoiding personal details. Refrain from sharing personal information, opinions, or emotions that the narcissist could use against you or the wound. Have you ever had an unhealed wound tell you that's not what happened? I don't know who I'm ministering to tonight. Have you ever looked at something that happened in your spirit and said and told it what happened, and the wound said, no, that's not what happened. That's not the truth. See, people don't want to do the work. Like I said, they want to talk deep. They don't want to walk deep. Do you understand? No emotional reactions, bland topics, delayed responses, non-committal language. This is how we dealing with the inner wound. So you know how God designed relationships? He designed them to mirror. So you get who you are. You don't get what you deserve. You deserve what you worked on. And if you ain't walked deep, stop desiring the best of the best. It's really that simple. We've created a labyrinth of techniques and skills to navigate the toxicity in the world, in ourselves, and in our relationships. We ain't nothing but navigators. Ain't nobody ever sat down and just looked at it for what it was. I got this because I am this. This person showed up because I ain't showed out yet. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to get to the phone line. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna get the woman's voice in here. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Yeah. The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Narcissists can act very healthy until they're triggered. And it's those triggers that reveal their true colors. They can no longer hide their deeper stuff once they get triggered. The masks come away and they come out. So some of the main triggers for a narcissist are perceived rejection. So if you reject them or say no to them, watch out. Not getting what they want, not getting enough attention. You're not feeding me enough, or anything that messes with their image. So what happens if they don't get what they want or they get triggered? Usually they go to anger, and then they get cruel, abusive, they lash out, they say extremely hurtful things, and they can be very destructive. Just that one trigger can set off a whole lot of painful things, and they can do that and not even have a conscience about it. So you often don't know a person's a narcissist until one of their triggers get triggered, and then their true colors will come out. Narcissists are all about manipulating you to meet their needs. Narcissists don't know how to love people, they just know how to use people. Now, in their minds, they're being loving because they're giving, they're kind in the early days, but what they're really doing is grooming you. They're giving to get. They're playing a long game where I'll give till I've got past their defenses and their guards, and they trust me, and then I'll get.
Oh, I'm sorry, this dude is cooking right now. But can I tell you? It's pretty much everybody. I'm sorry. It's pretty much everybody's doing that. That's a tactic that everybody is on. Right? You can't say the nature of who I am is off limits unless you show me something of equal value. Same thing. Right? And you can hear people say it all the time. Well, all relationships are transactional. And that's a problem. That is a problem. Because our type of transactionalism comes with comparison, comes with constant evaluation, right? I think I have given more than you. I think I've given higher quality things than you have, right? This is the mindset of a toxic group of people, and this is how we're interacting. And we're expecting to have a meaningful relationship, right? I'm sorry. Now, this is why some of Dr. Ramani's work, she's even saying the numbers for narcissistic people, people with narcissism, is 1 in 6. Of everybody you know, it's 30 million people when you start looking at the dark triad, right? That's a lot of people. And I believe it might be even more. And I believe these so-called fairy tale people that are all good and special and loving and caring, I believe they are such in the minority that they might be, you might find a 4-leaf clover before you find one of them. They used to believe that securely attached people were a third of the people. Now, researchers are now saying, no. Securely attached people are in the minority. And even securely attached people still have issues. Like, the securely attached person isn't Snow White or Prince Charming. They still have issues. And their attachment style can be affected by insecurely attached people. It's heavy stuff. Let me get Attila in here. Attila, Houston, Texas, talk to me.
All right, I'm not going to be long because I'm tired.
I got you.
But let me just say, this is brilliant. I'm loving the framing. I really like this concept of the idea that we gray walk ourselves, but I will say, in terms of attachment styles, I do feel like the concept of gray rocking is harder for people who have anxious, preoccupied attachments to actually grasp.
Right.
Because you're trying to cling to your abuser and protect yourself at the same time.
Right.
You're clinging to your wounds and trying to heal at the same time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, I think when you're talking about dealing with someone who is just completely resistant, be that a narcissist, sociopath, whatever, some of this is just facing reality and recognizing what you're dealing with. And you might not be able to come to a resolution. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the resolution is no resolution.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Guess what you just did, young lady?
All right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, you know, we going to the Motor City. Detroit, let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The man who held up Brooklyn's so-called bling bishop live on camera was sent to prison Monday, but for less time than the bishop he robbed. A federal judge sentenced Saquon Pollock to 7.25 years in prison for the 2022 robbery of Bishop Lamore Whitehead during a streamed sermon. Pollock argued for a reduced sentence because Whitehead's been convicted of stealing from his parishioners, but the judge said no, calling Pollock a robbing hood, not a Robin Hood. Bishop Whitehead, who is black, was sentenced to 9 years in June. The Minnesota state trooper accused of killing an African-American motorist last summer during a traffic stop is back at work. Ryan Londrigan is back on the job in Golden Valley. He originally was charged with shooting and killing Ricky Cobb II in July of 2023. The Hennepin County attorney decided to drop the charges. Londrigan was then exonerated of all wrongdoing. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new saucy nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, a participating U.S. Wendy's.
I need your dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
Time to get
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
Why should we be silent?
turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and Sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us for a book party celebrating The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. Almost 2 decades ago, the Covenant book, compiled and edited by Tavis Smiley, climbed to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and stayed there for weeks. The first book by a black-owned publisher to achieve such a feat. The urgency of the issues that matter most to black fellow citizens has only intensified, especially in this critical election year. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., Come meet Tavis Smiley alongside Covenant contributors including Cornel West, Connie Rice, Mark Ridley Thomas, Elisa Orduna, Tyrone Howard, and Melina Abdullah as they sign copies of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. You can purchase your books on site and get them autographed. That's Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the city of Los Angeles. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Talk about this idea of being triggered, and I'd really like for us to think about a different way about this idea of being triggered. So I know that there's a lot of, pushback and arguing of this term triggered, right? It feels like it's a bit overused. And even though it makes sense, and I think it obviously hits the point, and if it's your word, keep using it, I'm not going to stop you. I actually think it's a little too simple for what happens to survivors of narcissistic abuse. The term as it exists is meant to reflect the internal and sometimes external response a person may have to a situation, place, or person that is unsettling. It's a discomfort, a distress, sympathetic nervous system sort of bang that may feel disproportionate unless you've had a more traumatic or problematic experience with that situation, place, or person that would explain that ongoing sort of reactivity a person would have to that situation. A more apt metaphor to me, though, instead of saying triggered, is that a person feels plucked, like a guitar string. When you're made to encounter a situation that is evocative of your narcissistic situation, a place, or hearing yelling, gaslighting, having someone overwhelm you with words, you may feel as though you are sort of plucked and continue to vibrate like a guitar string would or a harp string would for a while. It's not as simple as, I just ran into a mutual friend of my narcissistically abusive ex and I felt funny and then I went about my day, and I felt triggered and I went about my day, or I saw my ex and their new partner at a crowded store and got out before they could see me. That vibration right after you have one of those experiences, and it can be any kind of plucky experience, being gaslighted, late night texts coming into a new partner's phone, experiencing the silent treatment from someone, that string continues to vibrate. You don't just get over it. It reverberates for a while, and that doesn't feel good. It can leave you questioning yourself. When am I going to get over this? You actually may very well be over it, but these hurts, these really deeply nervous system held hurts, especially if they were repeated betrayals or behaviors that you encountered, they're not things that we release that easily. They're threats. They hurt us. So after the initial triggering experience, as it were, that pluck, that vibrating string may be around for a minute. It can leave lots of survivors wondering, am I ever going to get past this? Yes, you are. But like I said, this stuff really gets under our skin. And you can greet these moments with self-compassion. And when your strings get plucked, and sometimes you might feel they're just getting strummed, give yourself a minute to recover. Take a break, give yourself a breather, let the vibrating stop. Life after relational trauma and betrayal trauma can be very complicated. When people have what I'm going to call an episodic trauma, being attacked in a parking lot, experiencing a natural disaster, these traumas are extraordinarily painful. However, the triggers or the things that pluck our strings, they almost feel more apparent, right? A time of year, a location, a time of day. With relationship and betrayal trauma, it can get a lot more complicated because what may seem like ordinary experiences to others can be moments that are very unsettling. And because relational traumas aren't as clear-cut, there may even be judgment from the world at large when you kind of have this sort of sense of being plucked and this sort of reaction, a sort of, aren't you still making too big a deal of this? You aren't. These relational and betrayal hurts, they're held for a long time. They were very threatening to us at one time. But the string does keep vibrating for a while, so don't judge it. At those times, be nice to yourself. Recognize that just like that guitar string, that vibrating will stop, and you will quiet again. Perhaps over time, that pluck will be smaller, the string will be tighter.
Man, I love Dr. Romani, man. She be cooking. Many of us are being plucked, or at least we feel like it, every day. And most of us do not understand or know how, to quiet the vibration of that pluck down. Right? And especially if we feel like someone who's close to us, family, lover, friends, co-workers, we may have been plucked yesterday and come back to the environment the next day, and the vibration of the initial pluck may still be reverberating. Right? Heavy stuff, plucked or triggered, as she says. And so gray rocking, which is tonight's topic, seems like a useful tool. However, she gave us the caveat in the first hour and said, you can't gray rock forever. Right? This is a Band-Aid. I keep telling you guys, relationships are inherently spiritual. Until you do the spiritual work, you're going to be using Band-Aids like gray rocking. And I will say this again. Don't get caught up on the term narcissist. I believe everybody's gray rocking. Yellow rocking. Look at yellow rocking. And I'm gonna go to Kenny, but look at yellow rocking. Do we not tell people who have kids together? They gave the whole yellow rocking strategy right here. People who have a problematic, troublesome, conflictual, dysfunctional relationship, this is how you should deal. Yellow rock. Polite boundaries. Maintain politeness while setting clear boundaries, such as saying, I'm not comfortable discussing that. Hey, I'm dealing with my baby mama, or I'm dealing with my baby father. Don't ask me if I'm dating. Right? Affirmative neutrality. Use affirmative yet neutral phrases like I understand without agreeing or disagreeing. Right? Redirecting conversation. People are doing this now. In their intimate, right now. Redirect conversations, politely steer conversations to less personal or emotionally charged topics. Agreement without engagement. Acknowledgement without engagement. Acknowledge what the narcissist says with phrases like "I see" or "interesting" without offering personal opinions. We are doing this whether the person is a narcissist or not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they blow this whole narcissism thing out the water. This is what we're doing when we're dealing with a baby mama or a baby daddy. Tell me I'm lying. Brief, polite excuses. If you need to exit a conversation, use brief, polite excuses like "I have to go now," without elaboration. Right? Scheduled interactions. Are we not doing that, baby mamas, baby daddies? We yellow rocking each other. Limit interactions to scheduled times, making it clear that your availability is controlled and limited. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is this is framed as, this is a lighter version of gray rocking, and this is what you use to cause the narcissist to become disinterested. What I'm saying is we are doing this to each other whether we are clinically diagnosed as narcissists or people with just narcissistic tendencies. We are doing this anyway. When people get tired of relationships, all of this is happening. When relationship entropy jumps into play, when relationship obsolescence kicks in, we are doing this anyway. Close-ended questions. When you need to ask questions, use close-ended ones that require minimal elaboration from the narcissist. Right? Professionalism. Treat the interaction like a professional exchange, keeping the tone formal and distant. It doesn't matter if you're a narcissist or not. We are gray rocking when we tired of each other. Tell me, somebody call in and tell me I'm lying. Emotional detachment. Right? Combine politeness with emotional detachment, ensuring that your responses are warm but not inviting further personal engagement. When I come forward, I promise you, we're going to go to my brother Kenny, because I know he got something for us. Kenny Blessed from Detroit, Michigan.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again. In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
What y'all know about my playlist tonight? Come on. See, hey, my music bag is deep. I could take y'all on a whole nother ride if you wanted to. Hey man, you got that Freddie Jokum winding road? I could take y'all, listen man, I could take y'all on a ride if you really wanted to go on a ride. The voice of reason. Sometimes I say, you know what? Let's get rid of the words. Let's get rid of the words, right? Listen, man. What y'all want to do? Man, I could take y'all somewhere where we can just sit back and just contemplate life on it. Listen, I don't think y'all know about this. Have you ever been up at 3 a.m. driving 95 miles an hour? I have. The voice of reason gonna hit your soul. Come on. My playlist is my co-host. Let me get my final caller up in here. My brother Kenny Bless, Detroit, Michigan in the building. Come on in here, man.
What's up, brothers? How are you doing?
You had to laugh at me, man. It's okay, man. Get in here, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I don't have too much. You said a whole lot prior to the call. You know, you touched on a lot of everything, you know, for real. I think like gray rocking is the more immature way of responding, but yellow rocking is a little more advanced. People with wisdom choose yellow rocking in relationships that are pretty harmful, that they can't really get out of, either due to like baggage or, you know, just certain things that may, you know, just things that you may have to really contemplate. You can't really just leave if you are tied to certain obligations, whether you're married, kids, house together, you know, you just share a bunch of responsibilities together. It's kind of hard to break. So just trying to keep the peace is the best way to self-soothe, self-regulate, and create those boundaries for yourself to protect your inner peace. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. I ain't saying it's true or not, but I feel that's a great survival tactic for people who are going through some toxicity in their relationships, whether it's them playing a part or, you know, having a narcissist counterpart, whoever it is, whatever it is. I feel like it is a great tactic to use until you mature and are safe and comfortable enough to get away from it completely. Because I think if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you must get away. I think he said in the last, I think it was last night's topic. He was like, "Run." It was so funny.
Right.
But it's very important. But sometimes you got to ease your way through. You got to mature and grow and heal and things like that. Because you always say too that relationships are work.
Yeah.
You leave a relationship, you haven't fixed anything, you're gonna carry that into the next one.
Right. No, I totally agree with you, brother. And guess what you just did for the Voice of Reason?
Bought Motown in the building.
Motown is in the building. If you want to bring your town in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We appreciate all the callers who call in. But let me just tell y'all, please understand, gray rocking, if you're dealing with a clinically diagnosed narcissist, yes, use gray rocking. Right? Sure. Expect that there will be repercussions, for sure. But use it. Right? If you have a child with a clinically diagnosed narcissist, yes, use yellow rocking and gray rocking. All that's great. But please understand, all of these techniques are really survival mode. Kenny said something very profound. He said, protect your peace. When you become peace, it does not need to be protected. What many of us are doing is protecting our quiet. We haven't become peaceful internally. If you look at a Muslim, many people say the word Muslim means to submit to the will of Allah. But if you understand Arabic, right? The ancient Arabic, right? Mu, one who is salama. The root word of Muslim is salama, one who is peace. Right? Do you understand? Muslim, the religion, al-Islam, the peace. Do you understand? Become peace. Many of us don't know how to do that. All we know how to do is be living, walking representatives of someone with MPD. Narcissistic personality disorder. Because we're getters. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Give me peace. Give me acknowledgement. Give me respect. Do you understand? Where there is an unhealed wound, there is a beggar. I'm sorry. We can go through all these techniques and this is how you survive, this is how you maneuver, this is how you navigate. But until you become what you demand of others, you're going to be protecting quiet, not peace, because it's going to be fleeting. And you don't have to agree with me. You don't. But, I start the conversations. It's your job to finish them. Let's continue these conversations. Let's continue these talks. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I'm going to be back here tomorrow with another slapper like I do. The Voice of Reason. I'm out till tomorrow.